Sorry, I was trying to hold it.
Star Trek TJU, Episode 5, The Dispute. Interior, Deep Space Nine, Promenade, Day. Tim and James, hosts of the TJU Show podcast, arrive at Deep Space Nine, greeted by Captain Sisko. Captain Sisko, we've heard about the dispute between the Cardassians and the Bajorans. We're here to lend a hand in resolving the conflict.
Yes, we've interviewed many diplomats and mediators on our show, so we hope our experience can be of use.
I'm glad you're here. The tensions have been escalating and could certainly benefit from your unique perspective. Let's head to the briefing room. Interior, Deep Space Nine, briefing room, Day.
I love that we're good at everything.
You know it. We've interviewed so many diplomats. Tim, James, Captain Sisko, Major Kira, and Odo gather around a table discussing the Cardassian-Bajoran dispute. The Cardassians claim that the Bajorans are withholding resources that rightfully belong to them. The Bajorans refute those claims and accuse the Cardassians of opportunistic behavior.
There have been several minor skirmishes, but we must find a peaceful revolution to avoid further conflict. Tim and James, any thoughts on how we can approach this?
Understanding each side's needs and grievances is crucial. We need to establish open lines of communication and create an environment for dialogue.
Indeed, empathy and active listening are key. By fostering a safe space, we can facilitate a constructive exchange of ideas and work towards a compromise.
Let's arrange a meeting between the Cardassian and Bajoran representatives. Tim, James, I'd like you to moderate the discussions and guide them towards finding common ground. Interior, our duties are just increasing by the day. Interior, Deep Space Nine, conference room, Day. Sorry, allergies should kill me. Tim, James, and the Deep Space Nine crew prepare the conference room for the meeting between the Cardassian and Bajoran representatives. Jadzia Dax, a Trill joined with the memories of previous hosts, approaches James.
Jadzia, it's great to see you. How have you been? I've been well, James. It's been a while since we caught up. I hear you're here to help with the dispute. Yes, indeed. It's quite a complex situation, but we'll do our best to find a resolution. How are you? Any insight from your experiences as a diplomat? I've seen my fair share of disputes, and often a fresh perspective can make a difference. Just remember to stay impartial and focus on building trust.
It's good advice. Interior, Deep Space Nine, conference room. Later, the Cardassian and Bajoran representatives sit across from each other, tensions evident in their body language. Tim and James, along with Jadzia, moderate the discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to find peaceful resolution to the ongoing dispute. Our goal is to foster understanding and cooperation.
Let's begin by sharing each side's concerns and grievances. It's important to actively listen and seek common ground.
The discussion unfolds with Tim, James, and Jadzia skillfully guiding the conversation, facilitating empathy and encouraging compromise.
Well, they recorded for the podcast.
Interior, Deep Space Nine, conference room. Later, after hours of negotiations, the Cardassian and Bajoran representatives appear more receptive to each other's viewpoints.
It seems progress has been made. Both sides have expressed a willingness to consider a compromise. Let's focus on areas where mutual benefits can be found.
Indeed, finding those areas of mutual benefit will be crucial in reaching a resolution. Let's explore potential solutions that address the needs of both parties.
I suggest we establish a joint resource management committee, comprised of representatives from both the Cardassians and Bajoran governments. This committee will work together to fairly distribute and utilize shared resources, ensuring the prosperity of both nations.
That's you.
Oh, I forgot. That could be a viable approach. We acknowledge the importance of cooperation for the betterment of societies.
Yes, by working together, we can heal the wounds of the past and forge a new path forward towards a prosperous future. Excellent. Let's outline the specifics of this committee's structure, responsibilities, and decision-making process. We'll draft an agreement that both parties can review and discuss further.
Remember, compromise requires flexibility and understanding. Let's keep the lines of communication open and continue building trust.
Interior, Deep Space Nine, briefing room, later. Tim, James, Jadzia, Captain Sisko, Major Kira, and Odo reconvene in the briefing room to discuss the progress of the negotiations. I must commend you, Tim and James. Your moderation skills and dedication to finding a resolution have brought us closer to peace. The Joint Resource Management Committee is a significant step forward.
And your impartiality and ability to foster open dialogue played a crucial role in building the divide between the Kardashians and Bajorans.
We're honored to have been part of this process. It's a testament to the power of communication and understanding.
Indeed, for like the 100th time. And spending time with Jadzia reminded me of the importance of empathy and the depth of wisdom gained through previous hosts.
Well, your contributions have been invaluable. I'm confident that with the Joint Resource Management Committee in place, we can establish a new era of cooperation between our peoples. You see where I continued. Interior, Deep Space Nine, Quark's Bar, night. Tim, James, Jadzia, and the Deep Space Nine crew gather at Quark's Bar to celebrate the successful resolution of the dispute. Laughter and conversation fill the air as they raise their glasses in the toast. What?
No, just to diplomacy, to democracy.
To diplomacy, understanding, and the power of collaboration. May this newfound peace between the Cardassians and Bajorans endure.
And to the remarkable crew of the Deep Space Nine, whose dedication and perseverance made this possible, it's an honor to be part of the journey.
Jadzia raises her glass, her gaze meeting James's.
And to friendship, both old and new, it's been wonderful spending time with you, James. We should make more time for each other. In the toast, you say that? So everybody can hear?
Yeah, buddy. Jadzia's not afraid.
I couldn't agree more, Jadzia. Let's make that happen.
As the celebration continues, the crew shares stories, laughter, and camaraderie, basking in the success of their joint efforts. How would you pronounce that word?
Camaraderie.
I was like, but I read it. I was like, how would you have said it?
But it's camaraderie.
Camaraderie, yeah.
Yeah, it's missing an O.
No, that's how you spell it, buddy.
No, I know. It's not right. Camaraderie.
Exterior, Deep Space Nine, promenade day. Tim, James, and Jadzia walk along the bustling promenade, taking in the sights and sounds of the diverse crowd. This experience has been truly remarkable. The TJU Show podcast will have plenty to discuss and share about the power of diplomacy and resolving conflicts.
Absolutely. We've witnessed firsthand the impact that communication and understanding can have in bringing people together.
Jadzia smiles, reflecting on their shared journey.
It's been a pleasure having both of you here. Your enthusiasm and dedication have made a difference. And James, it was good reconnecting with you. Thank you, Jadzia. It's been a highlight of the mission for me.
They continue walking, their friendship strengthened by their shared experiences and the bonds formed in their pursuit of peace. End of episode 5. Hey, that's the power of diplomacy.
Yeah, also a way for me to build another best friend.
Listen, hang on. I'm actually proud of how that started because that is the kind of subtle tease of stuff that I was hoping to get, and I did not have to. It did not take a lot of effort to get that. Because what I did the first time, although to be fair, the first episode I did say Seven begins to fall in love with Tim, so I understand why it would go so fast.
Right.
But this is how I wanted this to go. Let me see if I actually saved my prompt because I did this in the app history. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's still here. So let me find the prompt that I made.
Are you using the app or the website?
I'm on the app.
It can save your history? I couldn't go. I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
there's the little 3 dots on the top right corner. You hit that and go to history.
Oh.
Okay, so the prompt was
Oh
this.
my god, it has all the other ones since I signed in from the website.
Yep,
Oh
that's your
fuck it.
account.
Oh fuck it. Lonely
Um,
James seeks love. Lonely James finds love. Single for 7 years. Oh yeah, because
what?
it names it a title. I forgot
It
about
does,
that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
James has been single for almost 7 years. It
The
wasn't that.
app.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was that fucking that incel story I made up of me.
yes. Yeah, the title that the AI gave this episode that we just read was TJU Show Mediation. But I was like, no. So
About
I just did the dispute. Same thing, but all right, the prompt was this. I need
James
a script
overcomes incel ideology.
I need a script for an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. The main plot of the episode is Tim and James, host of the TJU Show podcast, so I was going to put that in there, assist the DS9 crew in resolving a dispute between the Cardassians and the Bajorans after the Dominion War. Also, James spends more time with Jadzia, so that was the prompt for that. So
Uh,
I wrote it subtly enough that it's like, oh, specifically them two. And yeah, it had, because you didn't hear it really in the script, but it had like in parentheses, oh, James smiles at
I
Jadzia.
that's why I tried to kind of laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
That way people can hear that I'm smiling.
Yep.
Oh,
So, a bit of peeling that curtain back even more. That was the second prompt I wrote for this episode because I had written one originally, and I had put at the very end what I want to happen after the story's resolved. But instead, it wrote an entire episode about the last sentence that I wrote, ignoring the thing of the conflict. The beginning of the story it gave me the first time was after resolving the conflict, Tim and James do this and end up here. It's like, no, that was at the end. So I got episode 7 written first, and then I went back and did episode 5, which you just heard. So not bad. We had a lot of technobabble in the last one, so I wanted to kind of cover the diplomatic Star Trek episodes in this one. So I think it came up with that committee thing all by itself, which kind of popped me, and it was very Star Trek. And Tim and
it
James
did
got to
sound it.
yeah, Tim and James got to flex their diplomacy muscles a little bit.
Yeah, I like how we're like in my episode 4, as you all heard, we were called back to Deep Space Nine to help them navigate through the fucking thing. Like
Yep.
we're off trying to do our own shit, but they keep calling us back to help.
We're the fucking jacks of all trades,
I guess so. God damn. Like I said, the last episode we were engineers, and then we're doing shit, and then we're fixing shit, and then now we're meteor. Oh goddamn! I wish you would have changed, or it could have changed. Like oh, because they're so used to talking from their podcast, like they'd be a good fit for mediation or some shit. Like that'd be pretty fucking dope.
Well, when we talk about our experience interviewing diplomats, so
That is true.
it did reference, some of why we were so qualified.
God damn it.
It's pretty good.
It is good.
Uh,
I'm liking this, and we have ideas for the future, so stay tuned for that because we're excited for fucking that too.
do
Oh man. Well, I guess we'll see you
next time.